Okay, we're going live. Oh, geez, it's taking us to another place. This is very strange. Are you on my page, my business page?
I'm not on Facebook right now. It
You're
did say
not, okay.
that it was streaming live on Facebook though, like on my side of it. That was the first I saw
Yeah.
that message.
Okay, so we have no idea if we are live or not, but it's Shelley Wallace from Shelley Wallace Vitality Coaching. And I am here with another Mindset Mastery interview, speaking with Liz Yntema from Pegasus Cheer Athletics in Belleville, Ontario. We hope that we are live on Facebook as we are trying this option from Zoom. Liz has been very brave to try this out for the first time with me. So we're hoping that we're coming to you live right now on my business page. If not, I will be posting this recording after the interview. So good morning and welcome, Liz.
Good morning,
Can you still
Shelley.
hear and see me okay?
I can, yes. Good morning.
Awesome. Good morning. So I would love for us to start out with you sharing a little bit about your, what led you into the world of entrepreneurship? So what do you love about being an entrepreneur, and how you came to be the owner of Pegasus Cheer Athletics?
I guess my love of entrepreneurship probably just stems with my personality. I'm a very linear type A personality. I love to be in charge of my own schedule, of my own work processes. I have worked for companies in the past, and some have been amazing companies to work with and learn from, and some I've just learned from. So I entered the world of entrepreneurship. I've actually run a couple of businesses in the past, but I actually came into it probably about 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. And it is just kind of, I've evolved, and as I've evolved, my businesses have gotten larger and larger. And now, here I am with owning Pegasus Cheer Athletics. So I came into this with my partner. My business partner is also my sister. And we decided that we looked at Belleville, and we looked at the need of competitive sports, because as much as we have hockey and we have gymnastics and we have dance, Belleville had never seen the likes of something like cheer. So we looked at the area. Both of us grew up here, and there were just so many possibilities. There were possibilities to help the youth in our community, because cheer is its own little beast in itself, teaching teamwork and responsibility and such. So we decided 6 years ago that we would, let's try this. Let's see if we can bring this to the community. And we've had 6 years of growth and phenomenal success, and we've met so many wonderful people and athletes and families. And so 6 years in, and here we are, so.
And I have had the pleasure of getting to know you through a networking group that we both belong to. And I can say that while Liz and I have not had the pleasure of visiting Liz's gym as of yet, but it's been on the radar prior to physical distancing. So we will get there. But I have heard from so many other business owners in our group who have visited Liz's gym, whose children are enrolled there, and say it is one of the most special experiences that their kids have had in the realm of like sports and athletics and so on, and that their kids just can't stop talking about it, and that they love it so much, and the gym is so beautiful, and you've just created a really special community there. So nice I just want to say thank you, because I think you're right.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with me.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. I think that the world needs more Pegasus cheer in it, especially now. So you and I have had a little conversation about the roller coaster that most of us, I think, are finding ourselves on, whether we're entrepreneurs or not.
Yeah.
But maybe you could speak a little bit to that and how it feels, because I know with this community that you've created, given the circumstances around social distancing now, you've had to do some pivoting with your business, as have the rest of us. Yeah, exactly. Now, if you are a cheerleading coach, you're probably naturally able to pivot on demand. Some of us are less able to pivot, but I would love to hear how you are doing some pivoting.
So of course, cheerleading is the only true full team sport. So in our world, when one person is missing from practice, it affects the whole team. So having our entire gym locked down right now is quite the shift for us. We're a full contact sport, and it's just one of those things that you really feel that hole when somebody is not here. So the fact that our entire gym community is not here makes for a very quiet time in the gym. And so we've decided to, because our athletes and families can't come to us, that we're actually going to go to our athletes and families. So a few coaches and I have put together virtual classes, and right from team practices, believe it or not, all of our teams still get together.
Yeah, that's cool.
They can't practice, like we don't have them practice their tumbling. That's it's not safe for them. We don't have them do that. They obviously can't practice things like the pyramid, which is when you have a number of people all connected and up in the air, and we can't practice those things. But the social connection and the emotional connection for these athletes is huge to them right now. And we spend an hour on Zoom with them, and they do things like they get social time. It's a lot more laid back in those calls. They do warm up and conditioning. We do routine mark through. So here we have 20 athletes all in their own living rooms, all doing their part of the routine. But it's more about giving them that connection and that sense of, oh my gosh, these are my teammates. I have spent the last 9 months with these guys, and it's so hard for me to not see them once a week or twice a week. And we've had some really, really great feedback from both athletes and the parents. The other classes that we're offering, because we normally have like tumbling and warriors and conditioning classes and flex classes, we've taken all of those online. We've put them all on our members page, and we're going to be transferring them over to Zoom so that more people can participate in them rather than just our members. But those again are things that are they're just helping our families with connection. They have that need of that social contact. They're so used to the social contact every single week, and now all of a sudden they don't have that. So we're trying to get it to them a little differently, but they still have that, that they can participate in and enjoy.
So the community and the spirit of the community is still healthy and alive, and you're still continuing to work with your athletes. You're just pivoting the format and some of the things that you're able to do with them. Can I just say, though, that the metaphor of some of what you just said and the experience that the world is going through right now with COVID-19, when you talked about how, this is a sport where everybody is connected, like when they're on a pyramid and they're all connected, right? And I think that this is something that we are experiencing around the world, is that our pyramid, where we have all been so incredibly connected, has just kind of fallen away. So we can't be in that same proximity physically anymore. But I love what you're doing with, still keeping your team morale up, your team connected, that they can still condition their bodies, condition their minds, so that when they come back and they can be in proximity again, the pyramid will be even stronger, potentially.
Exactly. And like some of the other things that we're doing, it's not just our virtual classes that we're sharing with them. We're sharing classes from all over the world with them. Like, so for example, our coaches are currently taking weekends off, which at this time of year is unheard of for them
Right.
because at this time of year, we're
Yeah.
right smack at the end of competition season. And usually we're working
Oh
every
yeah.
weekend. So we're giving them weekends off right now, but we're introducing our families to other parts of that connection that they wouldn't normally have. So, for example, a famous Canadian comedian had a live special yesterday. We shared that with our members, like, hey, check this guy out. He's family friendly and he's super funny, and he's Canadian.
Yeah.
So little
Yeah.
things
So
like
people can have a
that
laugh,
to,
right? And alleviate some of that tense emotion that we're carrying around from time to time. I love that. So you're
exactly.
looking for all kinds of ways to provide value to the people in your community. But I
Yeah.
also heard you say that there will be some upcoming opportunities for people who have not engaged in Pegasus Cheers athletic program in the past, will be able to do so online. Is that what I heard, that that's going to be available coming up?
Yes, exactly. We're with moving everything to that new Zoom. Well, Zoom itself isn't new, to our new Zoom format. We're actually going to be able to offer it out to anybody, anywhere. It's. I love to share with our Belleville community. I grew up here. I'm totally in love with our city and want to see it prosper and grow. But it's going to be open to people in Toronto and Florida
Yeah,
and
all around the world. Like
yeah,
that's the mind-blowing part, right? And I love
exactly.
that you and I have talked about how the Phoenix resonates for us, especially in current circumstances, right? Where,
Yeah.
if you don't know the story of the Phoenix recreates herself from the ashes of her own destruction. So she becomes weighed down by all the forces around her, knows that it's time that she recreate herself, and then she rises up out of the ashes as a recreated being. And we talked about how that's such a metaphor, I think, for what many of us are experiencing now. Whether you're a mom, a dad, a business owner, whether you are a frontline worker right now in essential service, whatever challenges you're facing as we go through this global, I almost want to call it a global awakening instead of a global crisis, but I also don't want to minimize the pain and suffering that this is causing for people through tragic losses. But essentially, we have a choice around how we come out of this. And if we are able to recreate something that provides even more value and service to more people when this is over, then that's something that we should really be focused on as well.
Absolutely. I'm so in agreement with what you're saying, Shelley. The other thing that this is offering as opportunity is to our coaches. We have a young staff. They are teenagers that grew up in our gym that have turned into some amazing, amazing coaches. And they're now learning how to take control of their own schedule. They're learning
Mhm.
how to take control of their classes. They're learning how to build their classes, which is huge for a couple of these guys, because a couple of them are, they're still in that learning process and they're still relying on that more experienced coach. And now all of a sudden, here I am delegating to them. Go me, because that's not normal.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with my coaches and everything to do with my personality.
Right.
But here I am saying, hey, you know what? Like, we're taking our Warriors class virtual, and I'm giving it to my 16-year-old coach who is phenomenal in the gym. And I'm trying to teach her and get her to teach herself how to do this in a totally different format. And she is so stepped up to the plate. Like, I am so proud of our coaches right now. The growth they are experiencing. And I look at it and I go, wow, like one of the really great things that is going to come out of this is what they're going to be able to put on their resumes as young adults,
Yeah.
going
Yes.
into filling out those university and college applications. Like, tell me about a time you overcame adversity, and they can talk about how
Oh
they
yeah.
pivoted,
Yes.
how they continued with the gym culture, but they changed the way we presented it. And it gives me goosebumps.
Well,
to
it gives
think
me
about their
goosebumps
future.
too. You know what else gives me goosebumps?
What?
Like you were talking about how now you are starting to delegate, which, you were holding back on before, which had nothing to do with your coaches, but with your own internal challenges, right? And I think many of us as entrepreneurs can relate to that. And so not only are they growing, but you're growing and evolving too, right? So it's like you're growing together and you're evolving together and you're learning from each other, like that's gold right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No question. So what words of advice would you have for entrepreneurs right now who are maybe finding themselves on that roller coaster and maybe feeling more trapped in fear than in the realm of possibilities? Do you have any words of wisdom you could share?
To be honest, I probably have a couple for them. What?
Awesome.
Number one, turn off your social media, because as much as we
after this live turn
yeah,
off.
well, you know what? I don't mean like this kind of social media. I mean, turn off the I should have clarified that. I'm so sorry, Shelley. We just had two listeners drop. Yeah. No, what I mean by that is turn off the negative social media. I have so many roller coaster days right now. Like today, I'm here, I'm present, look at me, like I've got makeup on, I'm dressed, so today is an awesome day for me right now. What's that?
I said we both do. Yes.
Yeah, right? So
right.
Today is an awesome day for me so far. But I find that when I go on my social media and I'm focused on all of these COVID-19 messages and articles, and I can feel this lovely little bit of normalcy that I still have start to go down and down and down and down, and it really starts to affect me to the point where I'm not shy. I've had a couple meltdowns. I've cried. I've cried on my couch. I've cried in the shower. I've cried on a Zoom call with my business coach, but so it's that kind of social media that I'm talking about. Turn off the negative stuff. We still need to be informed. I'm not saying to ignore it. I'm saying you cannot let it affect who you are. I am 95% bubbly and happy and enthusiastic. I am an extrovert. But when I start following that kind of stuff, I just want to hole up and hug myself, because I just feel so low in that moment. So that's my number one piece of advice.
So limit your intake of the news, reading articles, and some of those articles are tricky, man. You think that they're from legitimate sources. They're not always.
But they're so
limit your intake of negative. Go check for facts, maybe once or twice a day from a site that you really trust, a reliable news source, or or a government related site where they're constantly posting updates. And then tune into more things like this, where we can connect with each other in a positive way and really look for possibilities that are all around.
And we can see that other people are humans. Like we can look at two women talking about, hey, look at me, I did my makeup today, and hopefully get a kick out of that.
Right. Yes, exactly.
So
yeah. So my second thing.
My second piece of advice is for those entrepreneurs out there who are feeling that roller coaster, man, you got to have a support system, whether it is just a friend on a Zoom call, or a business associate, or if you have a business coach, like they are there for you. And if your business coach is not there for you right now, I feel bad for you, but I feel even worse for them, because it means that they are going through so much as well. Right. So, really just reach out to your support network, reach out to your family and your friends and, your sibling, like anybody that is normally there for you anyway. They're going to be your biggest resource right now. That's
well, and sometimes you'll make a new connection too. And I talked about this. I did a workshop last week called Immunizing Your Mindset. And one of the things I talked about was look for balcony people. So this is an expression that I believe is Brian Purdy's expression. He's an author. and very focused on positive mindset. And he talks about balcony and basement people. So look for balcony people who are going to lift you up and support you, be there for you. This isn't about look for people who are always positive. It's not so much about that. It's more about look for the people who want to see you succeed, who are looking for the best for you, for themselves, for others, and avoid the people who are going to drag you down, right? So, and keep you focused on, you know, everything that could possibly go wrong, focused on fear, focused on competition, scarcity of resources. Try to limit contact as much as you can, and really look for people who are going to, you know, be there to support you and be a cheerleader.
Exactly.
Be a cheerleader for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not about the last thing, you know, that I'm promoting is ignorance, because that is so not what I mean. But it's like you said, these people don't have to be, oh, everything's going to be okay, because that's not what we need right now either. Right. What we need are people being kind and listening. You know, when I turn to my partner and say, wow, you know, like if this continues for months, I don't know how we're going to make it. And he's not going, oh, it'll be okay. He's like, it's okay. Just breathe. Like, you know, we'll take it one day at a time. Like, let's make another decision at the end of the month. Those are the kind of people you need in your life right now, for sure.
Right. Supportive, loving, kind people. Yeah. Absolutely. Because we are all in this together.
That's like what we're all saying right now, right? Right. we need like a little logo coming up. Like, yeah.
Maybe, that could be some new gym wear that you, hey, look at that. We've got a new idea for, you know, a whole line of gym wear.
We are actually looking for a hashtag for season 7. So, you know, we're all in this together. Isn't such a bad hashtag.
Yeah. Or we're all connected with a picture of the pyramid, right? Yeah, love it. Look at us. So if you are an entrepreneur, find yourself another entrepreneur that you can talk to. I have loved talking to Liz so much this morning. I have my entire day has just been brightened by this conversation and by your spirit and your resiliency. So look for somebody that you can have these conversations with that are going to, you know, maybe you check in every day. Maybe you set a couple of goals for yourselves every day, right? Pick a couple of action items, check in with each other. Did you get those action items done yesterday? Support each other, build each other up, right? Have your own mindset mastery like we just had this morning.
At the very least, these Zoom calls will make you get dressed.
Yeah. And maybe put some makeup on too. Right. So just to end, what is one thing that you are grateful for right now? Because I think gratitude is something that we really need to stay focused on as well.
I am just so grateful for how many people are in my support network right now, from my business coach to my coaches to my family. That's truly my biggest factor right now. I love them.
Yes. Yeah. And physical distancing cannot take that away from us.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an absolute honor and my pleasure to speak with you this morning. I think we should do it again.
Thank you so much, Shelley. This was so much fun. I thank you for asking me.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for agreeing to do it. And let's stay in touch and keep the energy flowing.
You bet.
Okay. You have a great day. And thank you. And so for everyone watching, stay tuned. Do you have a Facebook page, Liz? Pegasus
I
Cheer
do,
Athletic?
yep. It's PegasusCheer.com.
So I really encourage everyone to check out PegasusCheer.com and Liz's Facebook page as well, Pegasus Cheer Athletics on Facebook, so that you can stay tuned for some exciting online possibilities that are coming your way. Because let's face it, if you're home with kids right now, they need to be moving and they need to be engaged. And so do you, or you could have them engaged while you have a break. So there's lots of possibilities there. So be sure to check it out. And thank you again, Liz. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Shelley.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.